it's safe to say that England, despite starting off the Test series of India with a pretty good win, are now very much the team under pressure, feeling the pressure. They are under the cosh, whatever phrase it is you want to use. All of them are true because having gone from 1-0 up in 3 Test time, they are now 2-1 down and potentially one loss away from losing the series to India. As such, there has been a lot of criticism of, you guessed it, their patented or preferred style of play, if I may call it that, Bazball. Ultra attacking, very adventurous, positive mindset, whatever it is you want to call it, Bazball has been coming under a lot of scrutiny. And if you watch how it is that England played in the final innings of that 3rd Test, which is held in Rajkot, then you would realize that this is an England team that are very much feeling the pressure, and maybe, just maybe, the outside noise, the criticism, all of the slandering has finally gotten to them. Well, that's not necessarily the case if you are to believe what it is that England skipper Ben Stokes had to say. After the match, he was quizzed very clearly about what it is he felt about all of those people who were doubting them, and he had one very simple response. He said that sometimes game plans don't work, and that was the case in this particular Test match. Everyone's got a perception and an opinion about things. The people in the dressing room is what matters to us. Now, there are two ways of looking at this statement. On one hand, you could say this is just usual bravado. He's being defiant. He's backing a style of play that has had mixed results, even though it's gotten them some very good wins. It's also gotten them some very bad losses. And he should perhaps be looking to change tack. But on the other side, what really were you expecting him to say beyond that? All he would say is that, look, what matters, and this is something we've heard from the Indian team as well, we'll block out outside noise. That's a similar line that the England camp are echoing as well, saying, look, everyone has an opinion and that's okay, but what matters to us are the noises that are going to be coming out of the dressing room. And given the absolute hammering that was dealt on them by the Indian team at Rajkot, is definitely something they are going to have to follow and not just talk about, because the outside noise is only going to intensify after a loss that humiliating. This was a major loss for England, and believe you me when I say it was their heaviest Test defeat in, get this, 90 years time. That's how bad a loss this was for England, that they had to wait 90 years to be absolutely thrashed in the manner that they were against India. That being said, as I mentioned in the start of the video, England were to 1-0 up after the first Test, now 2-1 down with 2 more Tests to go. In theory, a series win still very much a possibility. In practicality, probably all of us are saying, look, India are definitely the clear favourites to lift the series trophy now and potentially take away the maximum World Test Championship points from this particular series. That is at least what most people will be saying. However, the defiant Ben Stokes continues to strike a very, let's say, different tone. And this is what he said when quizzed about their chances about the Test series and potentially winning it. He said that, look, we know we're 1-2 down in the Test series, but we leave this game behind. And we know now we have to win the next 2 games to win the series, and that's what we'll look to do. Now again, 2 ways of looking at this. Either it's false bravado, either it's the kind of bluster that has gotten England into a situation where, despite them actually playing some very good cricket, they are essentially a very unlikable side. You could see it as that, but you could also see it as a captain rallying behind his troops and not throwing in the towel yet. He says, look, we know we're up against it, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop from trying to win the series anyway. And I think that's a positive attitude to keep. Again, he knows that practically winning the Test series from here would be nigh on impossible. In fact, it would take a comeback for the ages. It will be the greatest comeback since Lazarus if England could pull off a Test series win from these particular circumstances. But stranger things have happened, and I'm not going to write any team off, and I'd rather be a hindsight expert with analysis done after the fact than make a bold prediction and then have egg on my face. So when he says that he's going to go for the win, I'll believe them. Whether or not it's something they can do, well, that's a different matter entirely. But what are your thoughts on the thoughts of Ben Stokes, the captain? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? Do you think maybe they should talk a little less and practice a little harder? You can let us know all of that in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the AajTak app. And if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've uploaded as well. For now, from my side though, it is goodbye.